Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel. It's Peggy, and this week I'm going to be turning a 3x8 figured maple bowl blank, and it's going to be a paint pour bowl. So stick around and let me know what you think in the comments down below. So as usual, I have this mounted on a woodworm screw, and it is pretty round, the blank already, but truing it up, balancing it out here by taking some light passes on what will be the bottom of the bowl, using a Carter & Son bowl gouge here, and all the tools and things I use in the video will be linked in the video description. Starting to define the foot with the Carter & Son skew chisel, and I do highly recommend any of the Carter & Son tools. I have a few of them and use them all the time. They'll be linked in the video description, so check them out and tell them Peggy sent you. Now removing the tailstock so I can clean up the foot. Just allows me to get in there a little bit easier, and I was confident that the blank was secure on the worm screw. So what I'm trying to do here is round over the sides and get as smooth as finish as possible, so I will do as little sanding as possible. Back to the bowl gouge. If you notice here, I'm using the curved tool rest that I just picked up. It's a robust 12-inch curved tool rest. I'm very happy with it. And for all of you purists out there who really get mad at me when I paint bowls or put color on bowls, etc., I wanted to really just explain to everyone why I chose a paint pour on this particular bowl blank. As I mentioned, I picked this up at Rockler, and if you've ever purchased bowl blanks at Rockler, you know that they're graded from an A to a AAA, and this one, you might have noticed at the beginning, is a double A. Which means it's a mid-grade, and anything that I turn that I am really impressed with the figure on, I don't paint. I usually reserve those for sort of boring grain or not the greatest, and this was one of those. It really reminded me more of oak than maple for a little while there. I mean, it is maple, but I work with a lot of maple, and this was not the best figure, so I wasn't upset about covering the grain on this one. And we still have the grain that's on the inside, obviously, that you'll see appear in a little bit, which was better than the grain on the outside, in my opinion. So if you've never done a paint pour, what is it? Well, it's what I'm doing here. I'm mixing different colors together, putting a thinner in the acrylic paint, mixing that up, and then pouring all of the colors in one cup and doing a pour over the underside of the bowl. And what this does, it disperses the colors in a pattern that you can use different things to make different patterns or try to get different effects on it. Not an expert in paint pouring whatsoever, really have only done it a few times, but I thought it was time to try it again. So what I'm doing here is now that the thinner is in all of the colors, I'm pouring different colors in on top of one another, and then that will be the pour cup. So I'll be quiet for a minute so you can just watch. So that little sort of sink strainer looking thing, it's not an actual sink strainer, but you could use one. I purchased a few different styles of these on Amazon, and they make different patterns. But you can use everyday things. You can cut off the bottom of a soda bottle and use that. You can do endless things. And before anyone starts typing or already typing in the comments, I know the colors that ended up on the bowl and the colors you saw me pour are a little bit different. And that's because I poured another round of paint over this particular bowl, and I did not film that one. But it was the same process as you saw me do a second ago. So I get asked a ton of questions about sharpening, and while I don't consider myself an expert on sharpening, I do have a specific system I use, which I'm going to show just a little bit of here. This is the one-way Wolverine sharpening jig, and I'm using it on a Rikon slow-speed grinder with CBN wheels attached. So this is not a super detailed overview, just really a look at how I do it. If you haven't tried the one-way Wolverine system, I think it's a good system. It's much better than trying to freehand it, and you get pretty consistent results. So in the shot before the sharpening was immediately before the sharpening, and this is immediately after. So you'll notice a difference in how the shavings come off. This is a very sharp tool. Barely touching it and flying off the blank. So if anyone has any questions about sharpening, do feel free to ask me. Again, I'm not an expert, but I have been using the one-way for quite a while. So just starting the hollowing process here, really taking continued light passes, adjusting the tool rest as needed until I get to the desired thickness. This would be a great time for me to ask you for your support. And you're supporting me just by watching the video, so thank you. Additional support could be in the form of subscribing if you're not already a subscriber, or clicking that thumbs up button. YouTube is all about the YouTube algorithm, and if you don't fit into that algorithm, then you don't do very well. So the more people that view the video and give it a thumbs up, comment, or subscribe, the YouTube algorithm will know that people are watching and liking, and therefore put it in front of more eyes. So all your support is greatly appreciated. And for those of you following the information about the bet with my brother, I am currently losing that bet. The bet is to get to 20,000 subscribers by Halloween of this year. That means next month. So help me out. Help me win $100 for my brother. I'll be indebted to you. And he will actually be happy for me too, but sibling rivalry, I guess. So you see me, as usual, using the Axe abrasive paste and Axe polishing paste. 10% off if you order using the coupon code PF10. axewoodpaste.com, also linked in the video description. It's a great product. I highly recommend it. I use it all the time. And there's proof that it works, looking at that shine. So what I have left to do is cleaning up that foot. I'm going to reverse it on the Longworth chuck and clean up the foot, and then put my branding iron logo in it. And I don't film all of that, but there are photos coming up that will show you the end result. So until next week, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the thumbs up button, and share it and all that good stuff. Until next week, peace out.